Following an 11-month investigation, Dina Ginzburg, a second-year graduate student at ILR, was found not responsible for 3 student code of conduct violations which took place while demonstrating at Pathways to Peace last year. These violations include disorderly conduct, a failure to comply with the lawful directive of a university official, and disruption of university activities. Pathways to Peace, which took place on March 10, 2025, featured panel discussion about the conflict in Israel and Palestine. One of the panelists, Tzipi Livni, is an Israeli politician who has faced war crime allegations for her role in an Israeli bombing campaign in 2008. At the event, Ginzburg stood up, shouted at Tzipi Livni for 6 seconds, and then left the auditorium silently.
1947. And in 1947,
after leaving, she was approached by Cornell University police officers and was arrested for disorderly conduct, although the charges were later dropped.
Stop right there. But get her ID. You're under arrest for disorderly conduct, so you need to present ID. If you refuse to do so, then we will have to put you in handcuffs, escort you back to the police department, remove your mask, and escort you.
9 days after the event, Ginzburg received communication from OSCCS with the formal complaint with the 3 allegations. The same day, she received a second correspondence, which announced that she would be temporarily suspended, although this took place prior to the formal investigation. The temporary suspension barred Ginzburg from campus with the exception of academic and professional obligations. It was lifted 7 weeks later. Since then, Ginzburg received only one OSCCS communication until she reached out on December 15th to follow up on the status of the investigation. OSCCS responded the same day to confirm that the investigative record was ready for comment. Ginzburg felt that many of the pieces included and excluded from the investigative record were biased towards the complainant. Among those excluded were a CUPD police report and email communications between her and OSCCS regarding different aspects of the investigation. Included, however, was a guest essay published in The Sun by a student who attended the event condemning the demonstrations. The guest essay, however, did not mention Dina Ginzburg nor her demonstration explicitly. The hearing panel took place on February 6th. However, that day, Ginzburg was made aware of a post made by one of the panelists who would decide the outcome of the case, stating that she was, quote, so excited to counter the vicious anti-Israel narrative on campus. This panelist later recused herself from the investigation. Ginzburg received the findings of the investigation on February 20th, where she was found not guilty on all 3 charges. While the formal investigation of Dina Ginzburg is currently complete, it sits amid pushback and discussions about student code of conduct procedures. Currently, the student code of conduct is undergoing revisions. One such revision discusses temporary suspensions, clarifying that they are only to be used in extraordinary circumstances. These revisions, if finalized, will be implemented beginning in July.